our time, sport was, that was the highlight of everything. Everybody was into sport, all types of sport.
I mean, like Highgate had a wooden hut, but they had a class team. They won the Durham Amateur Cup. You know, I think they won it 3 times, made them exempt, and all their money come from housey 3 nights a week, in the shed. You know, at Bridge Hill, they used to come in the house. It was great. I mean, when you got in, you couldn't breathe. You know, that sort of thing, you know. But they had a nice shed and they had showers. About the only place around here that had showers apart from Bellevue.
The most successful football teams were the ones that came from the collieries. The collieries around here, they used to subsidise all the local football fields around here, and there were real top-notch football fields and football clubs and teams, you know. But it was all subsidised, and of course, when the pits closed down, when the company closed down, that money wasn't coming in anymore. So everything just sort of died off. So we don't have that number of sporting clubs now.
It's like, you know, when you get the entertainment in clubs, I mean, now what used to be a good club was with the British Legion. That's faded, it's gone. And then you had the Trade Union Memorial Hall. I think everybody got threepence off their pay at work, you know, just to subsidise it, like, and such like. And then they built upstairs, and then it's still there. It's still something like AK Leisure, but I don't know whether it's good. It's just like a nightclub now, you know. Maybe have weddings, but it was a good place of entertainment for like Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday and Thursdays. You could always get a good act on.
In a sense, it's like a microcosm of what's happened with national football. You know, the oligarchs have taken over Chelsea and Man U and whatever. And I was at Sheffield yesterday, and it just kind of reminded me, Sheffield were playing, you know, Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday at one steel town, you know, known for steel work making throughout the world, and that's virtually gone now. And it was able, in the same way, because of its wealth, to bring in the top players. And it's the same, exactly the same with.
Well, there was Andrew. I mean, Andrew himself, he played junior football, when junior football was really strong around this area. And I can remember when there was 23 teams, right, in each league, and we had 2 leagues, right? Now that takes some, you know, we went as far as Gateshead, right back to this area here. In the juniors, we had 23 local teams, right? What have we got now? 2 local clubs.
Sure.
That's all we've got now. 2 local clubs. No, 3. Sorry, 3 local clubs. Blackfine, Concert, South North. That's all we've got left. You know. So the sport ethos that we had, which we were brought up with, weren't we? With sport. Sport was the thing. You know, everybody was into sport. And even the schools. I mean, in the schools, we had loads of smaller schools, and everybody had a football team. But what's actually happened now? They've amalgamated the schools, haven't they? We've got less schools, less football teams, less sport. You know.
A lot of kids can't go again.
And you wonder why the kids are, you know, going off the rails, because there's just nothing. We're not sort of bringing the kids up that way anymore. You know.
The Highgate football ground on a Sunday afternoon was all the lads from Shotley Club or Black Hill Club, you know, 11 aside, and you go down to Highgate and you have a few beers. And you should have seen some of the things, you know, you think some of it was Bobby Charlton and Bobby Mitchell and them, you know, but it was there, it was something to do. And the bottom of like Sammy Hall's field before they changed it with the drains and that, they used to play there.
They come out to the pubs on a Sunday, as it's true this, on a Sunday afternoon, they come out to the pubs and, you know, people were inebriated a little bit, and I've seen 50 people go along that field, the bottom of the field, Sammy Hall's field, to play football. Well, it was just total mayhem, but it was brilliant. You know, everybody enjoyed it.
Bridge Hill would. If it was too wet, you used to go in there and there used to be 3 or 4 black schools. You used to start off at the penny. When you won there, you went on to the 30 ones, and then you went on to the shilling ones, and then you went on to $50 ones, which was the big one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could always tell because you heard the chink of it.
Then you have Jimmy Hattle coming along.
Big Jim Hattle.
scattering them all. There's a character, one of the characters of the local characters, the local policeman, Jimmy Hattle, dead now. We had a bridge across the thing, and it used to make a cracking noise. And as kids, you know, used to run across and bang, and this used to didn't it vibrate right across the thing. It was brilliant as a kid, like.
I mean, there used to be a trip to Whitley Bay, I think, every Sunday with a train down here. Used to be great. Going from like here, and then used to go all the way through Hampsley, Ebchester, wherever it went to.
Was that steam trains? I'm trying to visualise now. Was it steam trains still then, or was it?
Oh no, it was steam trains up there, but
trains,
it all depended which way the steel. I don't think the steel ever went that way, mine.
Yes.
I think the steel went the Leadgate route past the Jolly Joes and that. And I thought that was just past the line, but I could be totally wrong. But I mean, the company had like a sports every year, you know, in the cricket field, like the cricket field, football field, whatever it was, and it was a hell of an occasion. And then that vanished. So
you know, you have your county cricket at the moment at the Riverside, but it wasn't originally. It was in the company ground up here. That was where the local Durham County Cricket Club used to come from there. Like, you know.
The works ground.
And I remember as a kid when I was working at the company, and I used to get time off to go and stand on the gate with the programmes. You know, before Bellevue was built, which would be 1950, 51, something like that. So before that, it was the old Vic, and the number of professional clubs that actually came to play on there against Concert. Middlesbrough played. I think we got a draw. Was it? Draw.
The famous Northeastern League. That's what they called it. The Northeastern League. There was some class I's, some class Acts played up.
The Vic was, you know, the police station is just down from there, like overlooking the company. You know.